Well, here we are again in the kitchen. I'm demonstrating how to make stewed apple. You see me all right? Yeah, it's not bad. First of all, you have to peel it. I think I better zoom it out a bit. That's not quite right. How do you zoom it out? That's zooming in. That's zooming out. God, the light's not very good. Listen a minute, I'll have to adjust the white balance. Exposure. Menu, manual set, program auto shutter, program auto exposure, down one, remain, display, end, remain, LCD brightness, night, steady shot, oh dear. Where's the white balance? I'll have to stop it. I'm back again. And now, for your further edification and delight, I'm going to demonstrate while standing. Just a minute. While standing, you can't see me. I still can't see. A bit further. That'll do. While standing at the table. Can you see my hands? Yes, good, good. Right, I can see them as well. So this is patently obvious. It's clever little American peeler, which we didn't have after the war. The Yanks brought it over. This one's got a stainless blade, which is helpful because it's exposed to all sorts of rust-causing agents. Remember, that used to be a problem with the old-fashioned iron peeler. It used to rust, hence lose its edge. These are supposed to be cookers, but I've had them standing for some time and all the bruises are showing up when I take the peel off. This is something which modern varieties seem to sort of cultivate. As soon as you peel them, you see all these little brown spots indicating they've been, God knows what they've been exposed to. They indicate something. Probably indicate a bird tried to peck them but couldn't get through the skin because the skin was too tough. Dear, oh dear, this one's got it bad. It looked perfectly alright when I started. It looks like a mottled white and brown. Right, get a saucepan, 1 saucepan, and a nice sharp kitchen knife. That's it. And cut off. Oh my God, this apple's had it. Oh dear. Dear oh dear. What a waste. I got it from that awfully nice greengrocer farm shop in Cherry Tree Avenue, but I've had it standing for quite a long time. But it's still usable. I'll just get rid of all the brown bits. See, I find that I can get most of the pith off. Get most of the pith off. I can get most of the pith off by using a knife. I don't bother with all. I do that with eaters as well. I used to, in the old days, I used to have a, it was the same with oranges. I used to have a technique. All my techniques have been updated and revised. For efficiency, of course. See, all this brown stuff is soggy. Probably yeast. It's penetrated by yeast. Yeast gets everywhere. It'd probably make good scrumpy if it was fermented. Oh well. Not much of it left. All these brown bits, my God. Anyway, where was I? As you were, the prologue. Oh, look at it. Bloody hell. I'm afraid this is a real disappointment. Might as well. All the brown bits have got to go. Now, I'm not obsessive compulsive. Not by any means. You are recording this, aren't you? Am I live? This apple's alright, this one hasn't got any blemishes. Ah, thank God for that. It's only a little one. I think that this is a genuine Bramley. The other one was just kind of what they call a cooker. Could have been anything. Could have been alien. An alien apple. Planted by aliens at night. Oh, this is a goodie. Goody gumdrops. This is my last one. I've already... The first one I used was so large it was enough. It was enough to fill a yogurt pot. One of the big yogurt pots, a 500ml one. So as you can see, this one has no blemishes. What does this mean? I ask myself. This means he mixes his apples. Some good, some bad. I must say I don't trust that grocer, but I wouldn't want, I might have to delete a bit of the soundtrack, you know, because we don't want to cause offence. But you see, he doesn't put the prices on his stuff. Without prices, you don't know where you are. You have to ask, and he thinks of one. How much is this? How much are your pucker pies, sir? Oh, pucker pies. Pucker pies are £1.50 each. Oh, that's a bit expensive. Ah, yes, but they are pucker pies. They're made by Pakistanis, that's why they're called paka. Like patak, I suppose. Patak. Patak, patak, patak. Now then, one of my little tricks, haha, is to add a sliced lemon. This has the effect of releasing large quantities of vitamin C which bleach the apple and make it go white. So all the brown bits should go in theory. And I'll show you how I peel a lemon. First of all, you take off the bobbly bit with the knife, and then you create a spiral like a soul with a sharp knife, so as not to pierce the lemon, just to go through the pith. And finally take off the other bobble, and then you just peel off the peel. Pilaf. Pilaf, is that a Turkish dish? Or is it Greek? I think it's Greek. No, it's Turkish. No, it's Cypriot. A bit Turkish and a bit Greek. A little bit raw and a little bit raw. Turks and Greeks don't get on. Pilaf. Ah, pilaf is Hungarian, isn't it? I think it is, yeah. We had a Hungarian restaurant in Dover for a while. It wasn't very successful, unfortunately, for them. They did try very hard. But it's the location. It used to be called the something Breeze, the Sea Breeze restaurant, when it was owned by an Italian. And then along came the Hungarians, serving their goulash. I went there and I was quite impressed. And I spoke to the owner and she was very nice. These Hungarians, you know, these Hungarians, well, how can I describe it? These Hungarians, Hungarian women particularly, they're rather businesslike, if you know what I mean. They're very businesslike, they know what they're doing. They don't beat about the bush, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, she gave me her card. I've still got it, but of course the restaurant is no more. It's now the Cinnamon Island. And it's just as it was a perfectly good restaurant. It's just the location next to the underpass on the corner of Cambridge Terrace. And nobody, well, I wouldn't say nobody. It's sort of a rich man's corner, if you know what I mean. It's a, but you can, they've got a menu where you can eat as much as you can, sort of thing. An eat as much as you can menu. I haven't been drinking, I assure you. Just had my fat metabolizer, that's all. Right, so a little bit of water, just a few tablespoonfuls of water, just to provide the buffer against the heat of the gas. Most of the water comes from the apple. Yeah, that's too much. Just a little bit of water. You get the maximum fluffiness of the apple. Yeah. And of course, when you When you boil it, if you boil it too much, seems to be developing a David Attenborough pant. David Attenborough, when he's talking on the television, he has difficulty with getting his breath and he starts to pant. He goes, and of course, poor old David. Didn't he do well though? Yes, he did. Good old David. When you think of the number of hours of television programming he's generated, blimey. And every time to put the lid on the pot, every time, I always set the gas to just where it's just about getting loud enough to hear, you know, and it starts making that roast, that kind of chattering sound. Then you just bring it back a bit till it sounds smooth. That's probably the best setting. So I've generated quite a bit of peel and rubbish. That'll be recycled thanks to Dover District Council. People will be recycled into more organic matter. It won't be lost to the environment. So, well, I can show you how I make my fruit juice. Oh, I'll show you that another time. I'll just set the old bleeper to wake me up after about, well, I estimate it will take about 10 minutes for this to get down to the right consistency. Right, back in a moment. Surprising what you'll find in a book. In a book. So, the pot is boiling now. Give it an occasional stir. The apples have all turned white, I'm pleased to say. Stir it. As you stir it, they start to sort of, I'll show you. See, they go all fluffy. And really, I'd say that was ready. You know, you don't want them to be completely pulverised. See? You still see the odd lump. But the lemon has bleached it. So it's nice and white. And you've got chewy bits in it. So that's only had a few minutes boiling, really. And if you crush the bits, you know, done. Done. Now then, we add some sweetener. I can recommend sucralose from Aldi. Sucralose sweetener, like Splendor, only cheaper. When you put sucralose in a hot drink, it fizzes. It makes a fizzing sort of sound, but that's because of all the other stuff that's in it, the maltodextrin, to bulk it up, you see, because there's not very much sucralose in it, really. You see, yes you can, sort of. So I put in a couple of small soup spoons. Don't want. Nice thing about this sucralose is, well, it's totally harmless, you know, and it's got a good taste. It's made from sugar as such. It is, sucralose itself is a carbohydrate, and it's not absorbed by the body, but it has high sweetness. It's developed by Tate and Lyle, and of course I have got shares in Tate and Lyle. I bought them quite recently. I think Tate and Lyle is probably one of the most progressive sugar companies. It's like the sort of Pilkington glass of sugar. You get my drift. Well, it's all popped up now. So I'm going to add ginger. A little bit of ginger. Now ginger this is powdered ginger, or ground ginger they call it. You've got to be careful with ginger because you can overdo it. Just use the tip of a knife. That's the ginger. Then cinnamon, oh that's sprinkles. Cinnamon. Then cloves. You don't need a lot of cloves actually. Oh, hang on, that's ground nutmeg, I don't want that. I'll do it in just a minute, let me sniff it. You could put nutmeg in it if you wanted to, but I don't want to. Where's the cinnamon? Oh, there it's there. No, it's not, it's cloves. Take about, well, that looks like about 10 to me. 10 cloves. And that's about it. And then you stir it up. Oh yeah, and a bit of mincemeat is nice because it puts a few carrots in. It all disappears. It's all bleached by the lemon. Yeah, a few bits of, a couple of spoons of mincemeat. Oh, it's practically finished. The mincemeat adds a certain amount of flavour and I ignore that, it's just my blinker. It thinks it's time. See, if I'd left that for 10 minutes it would have been liquefied. And of course the more you boil it, the more it loses its, that's the end of the mincemeat. Shan't be making any mince pies unless I buy another jar. And we got that from Aldi as well. I must, to do him credit, the greengrocer only charged £1 a kilo for the cooking apples, and that was a reasonable price. I'm not really too worried. See, so it's got currants and sultanas in it now, and suet and stuff, sugar, glucose something syrup, glucose, what do they call it? Oh, that is nice. So what I do is I let it cool down, then I put it in yogurt pots, and then I put it in the fridge. And it's there for the occasional spooning, which is what I do with it. I spoon it like they spoon cream. Only this is not fattening. Put the lid on. You are getting this, aren't you? You are getting it. It's nice and sour. You don't want it too sweet so that it's cloying. You want to maintain the sourness. Into my wafer thin mince. Pound stretcher, £1. You get a lot of wafer thin mince. Wafer thin mince. I've got another one today. Morrison's are doing Patterson shortbread fingers. £1 for 380 grams, that's good value. And they are delicious. Co-op also do them. I think they want about £1.50, but that's a co-op, isn't it? I'm not putting them in the right bin. Recycle me. They also developed the logo which says recycle me, and people will look at it and they'll say, ah, it wants to be recycled, I better recycle it. And there we are. So that will do. We'll transfer this to my computer. Switch it off.